What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome to the Totally Cool channel. This is the third part of the series of our Marvel Legends unboxing. This is the Build-A-Figure Colossus series. We're taking on the Age of Apocalypse versions. And we've done 2 episodes already. We've done Legion, who happens to be the left leg. And we also did Cyclops, who was the right leg. No, other way around. Right leg, left leg. Okay? So we're building this up until we get to the final Colossus figure. But while we're going through that journey, we're looking at the individual characters that contribute to the entirety of that Build-A-Figure. And as I mentioned, these are all from the Age of Apocalypse timeline that the Marvel Comics universe took the X-Men through, in not just the X-Men, but the other characters in the Marvel Comics world. This was, I think, in 1995. If I could remember correctly, I was a teenager. I was in high school when this happened. Anyway, it was one of the core memories of my high school years when I would read the comic books. We would pass it around in class, and then we would talk about it. We'd see how amazing the story was, and to have these action figures right in front of us to bring back those memories is just fantastic. So, without taking too long on the intro, let's look at our feature character for today, who is Marvel's Shadowcat. Okay? Shadowcat is a little bit different from what you remember her. She's also different from... so let's set these guys aside while we're talking about Shadowcat. She's a little bit different from how you remember her in the X-Men universe, how you remember her in... even in the comic books, and how you would remember her in the X-Men movies. The last time that she was on an X-Men movie was, I believe, Days of Future Past, okay, where she was pivotal in bringing Wolverine back through time. So this is again an absolutely different character from what you remember, but this one is has a different story. According to the back of the box, it says, after being captured by Sabretooth, Catherine Pryde, not Kitty Pryde, she used to be known as Kitty Pryde in the other universe, Catherine Pryde becomes the youngest member of the X-Men and trains to become the team's ghost assassin. Now, it does really help that she has this phasing capability, meaning she could render her body capable. She's capable of passing through walls. Basically, that's her mutation. So she's going to be a perfect assassin because walls don't really put much of a fight for her, and she can go through walls, ceilings, floors, anywhere. And in the Days of Future Past, it showed that she can go through time as well. But this particular character was not the meek and baby of the group. She's a very aggressive fighter, and as it says, she trains to become the team's ghost assassin. She can slip in and out and just do the nasty like Wolverine used to do. And speaking of Wolverine, we'll get to that when we go to the box. And it's on the back where it shows a little bit of hint of Wolverine. So let's go to the front and show you. So it's clear with the X-Men logo. That's if you see this, it's the Age of Apocalypse timeline, and that's also on the top of the box. Okay, also top of the box, and on the right, as per on the left, you see the Apocalypse face, and you see a very, very different Shadowcat. She has got short hair. She's got this choker on. She's got the X belt, but most importantly, if you take a look at the hands, she's got 3 claws. Like I said, it brings you back to Wolverine. So she's a cat, Shadowcat, Wolverine, 3 claws. And no better way to show it than on the back where you have this full portrait. Okay? And as per usual, for any Build-A-Figure set, you have the number of figures included in the set and what they contribute to the Build-A-Figure. Okay? The figure you're actually building. So, as much as it pains me to keep doing this, let's open her up. Okay. So as we've done in the last two episodes, these boxes open from the side. Just have to do it very delicately. Okay. Very easy. As again, this is gonna put a bit of a fight because it's plastic that's been forced to take a different shape, but it slides out quite easily. Okay, not so easy, but yeah, there we go. So let's put this aside. Nothing fancy, as normal, as per usual. You still have Apocalypse in the back. Okay. Not the prettiest face in the Marvel universe or even in the X-Men world, but he was not meant to be pretty. He was meant to be menacing. On to the figure. Okay, this is probably the biggest part of the Build-A-Figure because I think it's more than 50%. I think it's about 50% of the entire figure. It's the entire torso with the upper leg, so you can connect the parts from Cyclops and from Legion, and the other three pieces, the head and the left and right arms, would be connected to it later. This is a little bit better or a little bit more complex or intricate than, say, the Cyclops figure, which only had the Build-A-Figure and nothing else. This is more. There's more to this because you have the two claws that act as her weapons, left and the right claw, the two sets of claws, and these two balled up fist replacement hands, which probably works in tandem with the claws. So basically how this works, you remove the hand, the open palmed hand, and you put the claw in, and then you insert the balled up fist. Okay. Again, this is a very different take on Shadowcat, and I've seen her in milder attire. This one's got a little bit more skin. For the kids in the audience, I will not elaborate, but this has got more skin. So let's take her out and see where else. This is more of like a Psylocke costume rather than a Shadowcat costume, so it's quite easy to take her out, not like the Cyclops where you have to, it puts up a fight. Okay, I think the short hair helps. Okay, so there we go. It's a very small, slim figure, very basic figure. It's pretty, how should I say this? It's pretty chill in terms of the look, but it's got some oomph. When I say that, it's like it really takes Shadowcat to a whole new different place. She used to have a lot of costume more than skin, and this one's she's got the armband, she's got the legs, and she's got the tights, and then she's got these claws. So the claws are okay. Here's one detail, but before that, let's go into the actual figure. Let's look at the articulation review. Okay, head, yeah, pretty cool. Down, up. You've got more articulation on the neck part for this one than the others, particularly Cyclops, who had long hair. So you can expect that from characters with longer hair. They would definitely have limitation when you tilt the head up. Okay, arm wise, there you go. I want you to focus on the armband here. So you've got the three slots, reminiscent to Wolverine's gloves. And we'll do a backstory of Wolverine when we get to him. But in the meantime, this is similar to how Wolverine's claws how they envisioned the claws to be. That they would pop out of sheaths, not from the arms. So this is like going back to that origin story. And the hands, you can twist, you can fold, you can move. You've got the double jointed elbows. Okay, yeah, the double jointed elbows. This one's a little bit too tight. I'm afraid it's gonna break. Let's do the other arm. There we go. Okay, it's much better. No, this one's not double jointed. This is just single jointed. Okay, you don't see the pins, probably because of the size of the arms. It's not as hefty as, say, the Cyclops arm, where it's got a lot of muscle. This one's a little bit slimmer, so they can't do the pinned joint. That's why it only has one and it doesn't have the bicep twist, okay? So it's limited to the elbow joint, okay? So that's a bummer. It's not the same as the others. As per usual, this one does not have the ab fold where it's got like the U shape that goes into the torso where it can bend over. So this is more of a very mild ab crunch, similar to the ZD Toys Iron Man, okay? Waist, no waist rotation on this one. No waist rotation on this one. It's kind of locked in. Yeah, it's locked in. I can't move it. Okay. Legs forward, fine. Yeah, it's more limber. On the right, yeah, fine. Good. I think the other side is the same way. I like the accent on the belt though, the red X on the belt. So the belt kind of moves, but it doesn't show a waist joint where you could twist. The knees, okay. This is a double jointed knee. And the good thing about this, and something I really like, I've talked about this in the past, when you see the pins, it doesn't really look nice. This one's got a double jointed knee when you don't see the pins. So that is fine. That is good. As we go to the leg, there's also the quad twist, so you can twist around. You can do a little bit more more poses with that one. And then for the ankles, you have they fold in, and you also have the more articulated outward push, so it kind of points and sticks out like a ballerina. I don't know why, but hey, if it's there, it's good, right? So having her stand up, probably because of the weight is properly distributed, it's not that difficult to make her stand, so it's pretty good. Let's take out Colossus's torso. This is okay. This has got some weight to it. Set this lady aside, and look at this. You've got the pegs where the legs would pop in, or you would pop them into the holes in the legs. They could twist, and you have a very unusual, very different body armor for somebody who already has armor on his body. As you know, Colossus is made of organic metal, okay? But he's got this gladiator type sling, and then you've got the jumpers. You've got the suspenders. So we'll show him to you once we finalize the build. And like I said, we're still down the left and the right arm, and the head. Okay, set this aside. Now, okay, since we don't have much to go on, let's take out the hands, and let's take out these weapons too. Show you a different look for Shadowcat. Okay, the good thing about this is it's not stiff, so it's not going to break. It's made of rubber, kind of like rubberized plastic. The only difficult part is popping them out of the clamshell. Okay, let's just take one out, and then let's remove one hand. Okay, let's replace the left fist with the left fist. Okay, you take this out. It's very simple to do, very easy to do. Just a nice peg, and then you remove this. Okay, it's like a bracelet or a bracer, and then you stick it in the amputated hand, and then you pop in the replacement hand into the hole. It's easy to do. It's a very customizable figure, and voila. I like this figure. Genuinely like this figure. Simple, but not dull. Okay? Hey, it can't be dull. You got three sharp, pointy things sticking out of the arm. So, as I mentioned, Wolverine used to have gloves. The claws used to be... The idea was the gloves had the claws in them. I think they went back to that and revisited that concept when this came out, because if you look at this bracelet, has 3 nodes on top, and the same this one. Okay, so it's basically not attached to her arm, and it's a weapon, basically a weapon. She pops them out, and she's got claws. And what a great weapon for an assassin, right? She can choose to pop out 1, pop 2, pop 3, up to her, pop 6 for both hands as she phases in and out or through the walls and through the doors. Yeah, so let's do a toy review. All right. Okay. In the box, she looks so simple. It's not stunning. It's not thought-provoking. When you look at this toy, it looks like, yeah, I probably can do without this. But the longer you look at her and the longer you see Shadowcat for what she is versus what you're used to, the intrigue builds up. So it's nice to have her and eventually open her and then see how different this Shadowcat is from previous iterations. And we will do a comparison with the other Shadowcats. We've got some other Shadowcats in our collection, and we will show you the different versions. But for this version, I absolutely love the fact that she's really gotten out of what we were used to seeing. The skin, the choker, the claws, the assassin mentality, absolutely straying away from the meek, mild, trying to get protected by a dragon Shadowcat that we're used to. Both X-Men and Excalibur version. So pretty cool. So that's the first impression. Shelf appeal is pretty nice also. Again, the colors, the paint job, there's no bleeding on the edges of the different accent pieces, although they're just painted on. It's not like it's an attachment. It's painted on. These particular accents are painted on, and you see the slits, the different folds on the armor / costume. This is also a nice accent. Adding it later, a movable belt instead of being molded into, so that gives her a little bit more flexibility in posing or what. That way you can move her belt around when she twists. That it doesn't look like the buckle is stuck. So shelf appeal is again, it's top notch. It's nice. Again, looking at origin stories, this is absolutely far from the Shadowcat that we know, the Kitty Pryde that we know. She's Catherine Pryde, and I think she's earned that new name, especially with the claws, man. It's just amazing. So, price point, I think she's a little bit less than 1,000 pesos. When I got this set, it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 or 8,000, even though it's been, years since she was released, and we were just getting into the whole Marvel Legends collection. Got this on a good deal. I think we got these from Singapore. I'm not sure. I can't remember anymore. But if I remember the price, it is a good deal, especially if you get the set. If you get them piecemeal, then the price is definitely going to go up because you rarely find this out of a set. So overall, I love this figure. In fact, I have not been disappointed by this line, this particular wave. Even though the Cyclops was simple, I loved it. But this one has a little bit more intricate detail. At the same time, you have more posability and more customization with the weapons. Like this one, you just have the claw in one hand, and you have the bracer on the other. You can have both claws on the hands, both fists. There's a lot of variation that you can put her through, and that gives you a lot of playability, a lot of action poses. If you're into action photography, this is a cool figure to have. So overall rating: is it cool? Is it not cool? Is it totally cool? I'd say it's totally cool. This is totally cool. Applause, everyone. This is totally cool. The first one in the wave that got that rating, got that high of a rating. It's totally cool for me. All aspects that I've mentioned earlier. So that ends the review. Don't forget to click like, click subscribe, hit that bell button so you get reminded if we have new content available for you. We're going to have available content every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. As I mentioned, today is Superhero Saturday, or Supervillain, depends on what we're reviewing. But it's more Super People on Saturdays, and Transformers on Tuesdays, Throwback Thursdays. So with that, I'd like to thank you for watching this episode. Hope to see you on the next one. And we look forward to showing you more of our collection as we go along. Remember guys, toys are not just cool, they're totally cool. So happy collecting. Bye-bye.